It's a new day, Newnan. Yes, it is. I don't know if you guys knew this about me, but anytime I do that introduction that it's a new day, Newnan, yes, it is. Two things are very important to note. Firstly, the activity that I do when I am saying that is I grab both handles of the chair I'm sitting in and I push myself up. Like I try to make myself taller, and then I just come right down to the exact same height. Like it's, and I do it every single time as I'm saying it. I don't know why. It doesn't make me more comfortable. It doesn't make me taller. It does nothing. The second thing that I want to mention is that it's a new day. Yes, it is. Was the catchphrase by The New Day in the WWE. Big E would say it. You'd get on the microphone and backstage you'd hear, "It's a new day. Yes, it is." And then The New Day would come out and Kofi, Xavier, Big E, which now that group is gone out of WWE. We have lost The New Day. So it is a ode to one of the greatest tag teams and stables, I guess the stable of all times, The New Day of the WWE. Today, we have a very special episode for you. It is Monday that you are hearing this, the 1st of June. This is the first day of summer, which is not true, but it's the first day of June, which feels like summer. I don't know what the Sagittarius is for June 1st. Or not the Zodiac. Like, I don't know what the Zodiac thing is for June 1st. I don't know what that makes you, a leftover or whatever. But also, it means we have finished up Newnan Porchfest 2026, which has been the big thing heading into the weekend. Now, I, of course, am recording this before Porchfest has ever happened. I am recording this Thursday, the 28th of May. Porchfest, according to their website right now, NewnanPorchfest.com, is in 1 day, 21 hours, 41 minutes, 22 seconds, 21 seconds, 20 seconds. So we still have almost 2 full days away before Porchfest begins. So you may be asking yourself, Harold, you beautiful idiot. You beautiful, big, dumb, ugly idiot that's so smart. How are you going to review the Porchfest that hasn't happened yet? Well, by pretending that it has happened. That's right. Today's episode, I am reviewing the Porchfest that has not happened yet in Newnan, and you'll be listening to it after the Porchfest has happened. Isn't that a great concept? We'll see how many things I got right. We'll see how many things I am way off on. And we'll see how many things are in like that middle zone where like I'm half right. Like if I say, oh, and this is when Mr. Dale took his pants off. And if Mr. Dale takes off his shorts, does that still count as pants would be the question. And that's up to you guys to decide. Anyways, I'm Newnan Time with Harold, local news in a roundabout way. I have been servicing Newnan since the COVID summer, the summer of COVID where we're all wearing masks. All the George Floyd Black Lives Matter protests were happening. You couldn't really hang out with your loved ones. People weren't able to go to work. It was the summer, so the kids wouldn't have been in school anyways. It was a very, very, very hard summer for the world. And in our little slice of town, our little apple pie of society, I decided to service the area not with my body, but with my brain. And I created Newnan Time with Harold. That is it. That's what I am. I am someone who makes jokes and is fun. I'm not serious. I'm not gonna try to tell you who to vote for. I'm not gonna get involved in politics. I'm not gonna tell you what to vote when it comes to sinners versus non-data sinners. I'm not gonna, if something real happens in the news that's really awful that needs to be covered, there are way better places for that. I am here to make you smile and laugh with and at each other at times. That is why I exist. So if you are still a friend of Newnan Time with Harold, and there's a lot of you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate knowing when somebody comes up to me and they're like, hey, I just want to say you're so funny, and you bring a bright spot. You're like sunshine. I love that comp. I'm like sunshine. Too much of me, you die. I make your skin look dark. I make you all red. I make you red-skinned if there's too much of me. I love knowing that too much of me could give you cancer, on like skin cancer. So I love being a little sunshine. Little sunshine and noon, a little cancer boy. And that's a joke. You see, we're practicing. So when I make jokes like, I love being little cancer boy, that is because I didn't know I was going to say that when I started talking. I start talking, we see what words come out. Sometimes I edit them, but that is I'd have to say something really awful. And the good thing about me is I never say anything really awful. I say things that are profoundly hilarious. We are now 1 day, 21 hours, 38 minutes, 22 seconds away from Porchfest kicking off. Now, this year's Porchfests, I have a vested role in because, as you have already experienced now, I was the host of the main stage of Porchfest 2026. You see, Porchfest is split up into, I don't know how many stages there are. A lot. There's a lot of different stages. You got your park stage, you've got your main stage, you have stages that are just numbers on a map, so you look at the map, and the website is brilliant. So I know you're already listening to this. They did such a good job on this website. So there's a map, it's got the band names, it's got a little number next to them, and then it tells you what venue they're playing at, what time they are playing. Some of these are like places like RPM, the Loon, things like that. Others are people's houses. Others are parks. Like they're taking over the people behind this. It's such a big, ambitious idea. And the thing about big, ambitious ideas, as someone who constantly, to a fault, has big, ambitious ideas, I live for big, ambitious ideas. They are able to make it happen. It's never going to be perfect, of course. The Porchfest last year, 2025, wasn't perfect. There are things that they would have liked to have gone better. Did I go? No, I didn't go. Did I pretend like I went? Yes, of course I pretend like I went. You can go to NewnanTimeWithHarold.com and you can read our judging the top 10 bands at Newnan Porchfest based solely on their name, where I take the names of bands and I say, hey, based on their names, these are the ones I think were the best. And I have a little bit of quip about why I thought so. And I posted that last year after Porchfest, and it blew up. And it became my second most popular article on my website in 2025 was our Porchfest one. Thousands and thousands. I don't think it didn't hit no 6 digits. I may have reviews by now. I'd have to go back and look. There's a cat behind me playing. Now, if you hear any clunkety clunking noises, that is the cat trying to escape. Play. But they do such a good job of just the way everything looks and the way bands are presented. Like it feels too big for Newnan. It's like Atlanta quality, but that's cool. I like that we take Newnan and we do things that typically you'd see on a bigger scale, and we show people that, hey, you know what, Newnan can be even more special than just the place where Jumanji 2 was filmed and The Rock and what's his name? Chris Hart? Is that his name? I think it's his name. Kevin Hart. I was thinking Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart will go and hang out and do movies. So just a fantastic job. And the event this Saturday that happens an hour, 1 day, 21 hours, 35 minutes from now went off really, really well. There's definitely some weather, some times where we were scared that the weather was really going to mess it up. Of course, this is my review of the thing that hasn't happened yet. So if I am wrong, I'm not. I'm right. There are definitely moments that we thought the weather was going to mess it up and there are times where, certain bands, not too fair of them, that they did have to not have a good audience for that little bit of rain. We had that happen throughout the day. The rain would come and go. So to the bands, like the ones that missed their chance, that didn't get to be as front and center because of the weather, I just want to say on behalf of Harold, who is not at all associated with anybody in charge of anything, we're sorry. And if you would like to make it up to us, you get 1 free pass to perform on any porch in Newnan that you would like. So go ahead, look around Newnan. If you were one of the bands that had to stop your set because of the rain, pick a porch and just go there and get going. Another thing that we just need to apologize for is we are sorry for the spiders. And I say we, of course, I am in no way responsible for the spiders. But we did not know when Marsha's Antiques and Threads was going to set up their vendor spot next to Porch 5 that they were bringing in something from their basement that they were going to be opening up that was just going to be full of spiders. So we apologize to all the people in that area that were just attacked by spiders. Yes, Newnan has animals. That's normal. We got squirrels. We got dogs. We got birds. We got bugs. We got insects. We got a dolphin or two hidden, buried in somebody's backyard that are trying to make a dolphin sacrifice. Like, we've got those things that everybody knows about. Didn't plan for the spiders. So again, if you are someone who's vending process, the process of making purchases, the process of drinking a delicious beer was interrupted by at least 2 or more spiders. If you're a single spider victim, the Porchfest people are going to we're going to let that one go. Not that big of a deal. I think it's okay. You know, I think you'll be okay. But if you are someone who did have 2 or more spiders, you get 1 free coupon to get a beer and buy something from anywhere in Newnan. So you can use it in the houses, like the way the porch coupons worked earlier, and you can take that, give it in. You can take a beer from anybody's fridge, and you can find one thing in their house and pay at least $5 for. But be reasonable, though. I think you guys know that. Like, you're not gonna go into Betty Wilson's house and be like, "Hey, Betty, I'm getting your couch. Here's $5. That's what you get for me getting attacked by 2 spiders." Like, be kind. Remember, and this is what I love about Porchfest, and I love about being Herald, and I love about like local elections for the most part, or when a new business opens, or when there's something special new that's not just a live music we've seen over and over, is the way the community gets when they're excited shows that we are a strong community. Like, at the end of the day, we want to share something special together, and we can put lots of differences aside. So put your differences aside when you go into the house and you use your coupon to take whatever you want. Just be kind. I think that's a good thing. And I know that's tough. You know, I've been kind of running into that lately. In my personal life, a little bit of sneak peek into my personal life. This is the teaser before the not before the movie, but before the roller coaster with the popcorn and the soda machine when you go see a movie at Regal. I'm having a hard time right now in life in general figuring out when people in my life that I care about tell me they need softness or kindness or less confrontation or less criticism, but they also want me to open up, be myself, feel safe. That when I do communicate in the ways that I think are all those things, like genuinely I believe they are those things, they're still the wrong things. Which is fair. Everyone's going to need different things. And then when I try to understand those things, it's a new thing that I need to do better at. It's like, okay, yeah, you were kind, you weren't confrontational, you didn't interrupt, but now you didn't do this or this or this. So it's just like, and it's happened, honestly, it's happened my entire life. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm saying I'm having a hard time figuring out. I'm having a hard time with the way I communicate, the way my brain works, is it's less about just a natural flow of conversation when it turns into serious stuff, where I'm able to let's just talk. My brain works in checklists, in like to-do lists. Like, okay, so this gets this reaction, which is a negative reaction. This gets this reaction, which is a positive reaction. These things, if I behave in this way and check off these boxes, then that would lead to this reaction. Like, it's very strategic. Every conversation I go into, when it's, personal stuff, when it's the Herald and the run around being silly, it's just, hey, I want you to smile. I want to smile. Let's have a good time. Let's laugh. But like personally or professionally, when I work with bosses or employees, I want the conversation to go well, and that goes well if this box is checked. And I kind of live like that in general. It's just a very black and white thinking of, like, I don't understand why if I do certain things, the communication result is still negative. So it just seems like life seems like an endless checklist of how to do life right. And it doesn't matter what you check off. For each box you check off, there's like 4 more boxes that get added to it. Like it's like a choose your own adventure, but every adventure involves 2 or more spiders. So, which then just leads me to not speak. And I'm like, you know what? I know that if I don't say anything, I can't mess things up. And it's not from a place of wanting to punish people or hurt people or anything like that. It's from a place of, I don't know what to say and do. I need some quiet time in my brain to kind of reset and refresh the way these lists works and to try to come at it at a different approach. And that process takes shutting up. Which leads us to our next thing, the sound issues. Anytime you do an event to this level, which again, the Newnan Porchfest people, incredible job. They put in so much effort here. But anytime you do something to this level with this big of a vision, you're going to have some sound issues. And when a lot of these bands are playing with extension cords, running into a house that's also running, or running into a small business that's also running, everything for their business. It's not like when we go and we play music at the seller's going to unplug their oven while they do it. So it's like, oh yeah, we'll just unplug our big rolly hot boy so you can do your big rolly guitar boy. Like that's not what happens. That's not realistic to think that that's be able to happen. So there were some sound issues. There were some times where it was just overloaded, or one band was too loud and the other band felt like they were getting stepped on. Look, we even had a complaint from one band. I don't want to say who it are, but it's the band that had the girl with the half blue hair and the black hair. They filed a complaint with the Newnan Porchfest legal team, which is just the same guy who is put it all together, just wearing a blazer. And they filed a complaint with him this weekend, or last weekend, because this is coming out on Monday, being recorded on Thursday. But they filed a complaint saying that the band next to them, the one of 2 15-year-old boys, were so bad that they weren't able to focus, that they weren't able to get through their set because so much of what they were hearing, disturbed them. And I get that. It's like when I'm writing a joke, right? Like I'm on the internet. I see something. Typically, here's the process of a Herald joke. I drive somewhere, or I am sitting at my computer and I need one word seed. So I'm sitting there and I see the word swimming pool. All right, so this word swimming pool, it's in the news for some reason. Maybe they changed something about one of the public pools at one of the subdivisions. So I see swimming pool. So I bring up, okay, swimming pool. What is something related to swimming pools and the locals? So, okay, let's say the swimming pool, it is a swimming pool at a Peachtree City public swimming pool, but in a private neighborhood, like the private neighborhood pool. So then I'm like, all right, so I've got my local flavor, because I always try to have local flavor. Even if I'm taking a joke that would work in any place, you got to throw a Newnan, Peachtree City, Fayetteville on there. So let's say I'm in the middle of that and I'm putting this joke together. But then in the other room, what I'm hearing is 2 or more spiders making spider love. So I'm trying to focus on creativity while they're trying to focus on creating creepities, which is what you call spider babies. Spider babies are called creepities. So that's tough. It's tough to do that. And that's what the band that filed the formal legal complaint had going on for them. What is happening behind me? Cat, be nice to each other. You're family, guys. Guys, you're a family. Oh, they're not even fighting each other. One cat found a hairband, and they're playing with a hairband. So, be nice to the hairband. You're family. You're part of a family. Okay, I think they're being nice. I think he's being nice to the hairband. So we get it. With the sound, all the noises that are required to make this event work. Again, Porchfest is such a big scope of different bands with different sounds, both physical sounds and like emotional, like, their vibe, right? Like styles. So yeah, you might see it and be like, wow, everything is country or like classic rock. And it's not. There are some bands here that, like, there is a rapper And the Porchfest wasn't prepared for how tight this one rapper was going to be. But there's Little MC Donut Boy. And Little MC Donut Boy did not have an official spot. They've been trying to get him. The team over at Newnan Porchfest had been trying to get Little MC Donut Boy for a while booked. But Little MC Donut Boy kept saying no. But he didn't say no. He was like, nah, fam. So he was not famming all the way to the bank. But Little MC Donut Boy, while I was hosting the Newnan Porchfest main stage from 2 to 7, I saw him in the audience, and I knew him because anybody who's ever been on the internet knows Little MC Donut Boy. And I saw him, and I went, sprinkle, and he went, glazed. That's one of his catchphrases. He does that at the beginning of all his songs. You know how DJ Khaled, we the best. He goes, sprinkles, glaze. And I was like, Little MC Donut Boy, get up on this stage and let us know what's up. And he got out there, and I am sorry to all the bands that I had planned to introduce for the Newnan Porchfest main stage. I didn't know Little MC Donut Boy was going to be such a hit. So that was wild, and that took up that took up most of the day. So I apologize. I know that the other bands still got their sets in. They just had to cut it from, 7 to 8 songs to 1. But at least you guys got to support the hottest rapper this side of Vine, Little MC Donut Boy. But overall, I would say, because it's already been reported that Newnan Porchfest brought $4 million into Newnan, which is pretty good. I think they're saying at least half a data center can be built with that money, and not in Coweta County, right in the heart of Newnan. They're gonna fuck some shit up to make room for this data center. And I apologize for cursing if you're one of those people that society has convinced you that cuss words are bad when they're just said nonchalantly. I'm sorry that society manipulated you into thinking that. I haven't gone on a rant about how cuss words don't exist in a while, so I'm going to give you a quick rant. Cuss words do not exist. Hurtful words exist. But the idea of every culture, every language, every country, at some point, some old people decided that certain words were bad and other words were okay. And everybody else has just sort of decided that. Makes no sense. It's not that there's this unspoken, the Bible doesn't say these words are bad, don't say them, right? It doesn't say, hey, after the Bible has been written, whatever the people in America decides are the words that cannot be said on movies and TV, those are sin to be said. Of course that's not what. These are just words that we have convinced ourselves should bother us. But what should bother us is hurtful words. Saying, you're a bitch, hurtful. Saying, my car is acting like a bitch. Who cares? The car's fine. The car doesn't have feelings. Unless it's a Tesla, doesn't have feelings. Anyways, nobody cares. Newnan Porchfest, what a great event. I am happy that everyone there made it that was there. I appreciated all the hugs. If you are the person that stole my Rolex, please bring it back. And this week, of course, you can find me Tuesday nights at Below the Neck, Wednesday night at Waldo's, hosting trivia. And if you want to book my company to do all sorts of things, I don't just host trivia. I will do something special for your location. You can get more information at highspiritsentertainment.com.